Had to make a special
Yo, this is real, man. Cuz.
had to make a special edition. Had to
Right.
make a special edition for this one. I knew
This
my
is
guy would want to talk about.
wow.
I knew my guy would want to talk about this. Hold on, I gotta set the mood. 'Cause like I said, I knew you was gonna want to talk about this. So I got
Okay.
the music in the background for you. I got you. All right, hold on. I got you. I don't know. I hope you can hear this.
Not yet.
So my man is charged up right now. So my man is charged up right now. He need
Was
to
that
talk
Drake?
about this. That's Drake had to throw on.
Man,
You know I'm a Team Push guy. Like shout out to Team Push. You
shout
know,
out to Team Push.
Team
Doing a
Push.
great job, by the way.
But I felt like appreciate that. But I felt like that would just set the tone because I'm like I knew when you saw this I said oh my god gonna want to talk about this.
I saw the corrected part before I saw the joke.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But even with the corrected list,
Yeah.
I still have questions. Is that in order? Because
I think so. I think it's in order.
From the way he
Okay. And
Go
this
ahead.
I feel like is in order, right? You know how somebody asks you about like your baddest janks or your top girls or whatever.
Right.
You always go with the best first, and then
Right.
you work your way down. The best
Right.
is never fourth, fifth. You going with the top one. Who had the sniper? You going one. She's one, and then everything else falls underneath that. So, what was? I ain't even to be honest. I haven't even seen the video because I was at work. So
Well, the way the video went, the way it played out,
Mhm.
if it's in order, he definitely named King Kyrie first.
All right. Do you mind if I play the video?
Yo, by
Right now?
all
Let me
means.
let
By
me play the
all
video.
means.
All right, I'm gonna play the video. All right, let me see where we at. All right, hold on.
Shout
Great
out
thing
my
about
man,
having a
Fuck, too.
teacher.
He was here earlier, man. He wanted to talk about it, but he had some prior engagement. That's a wild boy right there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go.
Top five players you ever played with?
Kyrie,
Mm.
James,
Cool.
James,
James.
Harden.
Steph,
Steph.
Clay,
Clay.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. I might have to redo this.
Hey.
Because I gotta see your reaction. I gotta get your reaction in the video. All right, let's get it. Let's go.
Top five players you ever played
Top
with?
five. Come on, KD.
Kyrie,
Mm.
James,
Cool.
James,
James.
Harden.
Steph,
He said Harden.
Steph.
The chef.
Clay,
Clay.
Ooh, the microwave.
damn. And I'm gonna go Serge Ibaka.
Why your throat get dry?
Damn.
Why his throat get dry?
Damn.
He knew he
I
was
thought somebody
wrong.
else was going to go
Me
into
too.
that
I'm
from
just
LA,
listening.
but that's
So,
another
Why
story.
you played it?
Oh man.
So
I forgot somebody.
You
Yeah,
forgot?
to me, I thought you was going to say. I ain't even going.
See,
Okay.
Wallow
All
was
right.
instigating too.
He was. Wallow was instigating. All right. So if you go off that, if you just go off that, so if you somebody that's seen that you got emotional, you start tweeting out. If you just went off that, what would you think? What would you think?
If I just went off that, I would automatically think he's being petty.
Automatic.
Automatic.
Cause see, I look when he got the 4 in his throat, like you knew he was missing somebody. You knew he was missing somebody, bro. Come on, man. Come on, don't do that. When you
What
got
I
the 4 and
think
you hit Clay, you should have. Come on,
You
man.
gotta know better. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the order that that choked him up. I think he was trying to put them in order, and that's how he forgot Russ. I don't even think he was being petty. If he was being petty, cool, it's fun. I like the new cupcake. I like the new Petty Durant, the new super aggressive.
Is there a name for the new KD? Or he's still Cupcake?
Right now it's Cupcake, but I'm working on something. You know what I'm saying? I want to give him his props because this is good shit. This is quality level stuff we talking about.
Right.
This is me. I
Right.
said it.
No
you know
burners, no
Right.
nothing.
You know,
No, right
so
here.
I like it, but at the same time,
Mhm.
nigga, you played with 2 MVPs.
Mhm.
Well, 3. You played with 3 MVPs. Damn, that's a hell of a
Damn, that's crazy, right? He did play with 3. Right.
Damn, you played with 3 MVPs. Well, those should have been your top 3. But you put the King first. and I'm with that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But when he said Serge Ibaka, he could have said, he didn't even say Drake. So
He
Serge
said
better than
Serge
Drake.
Ibaka.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's around the time he played with him, because like he played with Serge, you know, like early Serge when he was still acting like he was 19, like
Okay.
that Serge
Yeah,
when
how
he
about
was
it?
25,
How about
acting
it?
like he was 19. Have you ever seen, off the subject real quick? Have you ever seen somebody like fall off their prime so fast as Serge did?
You know what it was?
His age
I
caught
don't
up to
think
him.
he's been right ever since he got robbed at the slam dunk contest.
His age caught up to him.
You think
He's,
that's
he's
what it
really
was?
42.
Ooh.
He's really 42.
Serge Ibaka came in as a rookie at 38.
Killing shit, dogging shit.
Right,
Niggas like,
right,
how's this 19-year-old dogging shit? Because he's 25. He's
right.
really
Man,
25.
they start keeping his age over there in the Congo until he was, you know what I'm saying, well out of puberty. I was like, oh, he's 14, I guess.
What was that movie when the dude had a paper certificate? The bench
Not
warmers.
the air up there, was it?
No, the bench warmers.
Oh, the bench.
He was like, I'm 12. He was like, I'm 12. But no, I don't think he was being petty either, though. Like it's all jokes aside, I don't really think he's being petty, especially when you play the whole video.
Right, right. It could be a simple mistake. You know what I'm saying? It happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like we was doing the Nappy Dugout, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, and I was giving my top 10, and I accidentally left LeBron out. You know what I'm saying? I meant to leave him out of my top 5, but not out of my top 10. And I got held for that. I actually also put Kyrie ahead of LeBron in that ranking, and people have my head for it. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
the interesting thing is that everybody has shortened the clip to a minute online.
mm-hmm.
So
but well, that's how to make it fun. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all with the fun and jokes. What do you think about the list? Do you think it's accurate?
I hear the whole thing. Hold on. All right. You want to hear the video, the whole video first, or you want me? All right. Let's see it. All right. So we'll pick up. I'll pick up where we left off in the other one. Okay. Well, having teacher stuff is great. You get all this.
All kind of permissions and things.
I ain't even going.
This
game like mine.
I did forget about Russ. Russ would definitely be top 5.
Okay. So we take a Serge Ibaka ass out of there.
Definitely.
Oh, because I was about to say Kev.
Yeah, I was tripping.
I was about to say Kev, if it's some underlying beef, we won't go call Russell up right now.
You should have called. I'm glad you called me out on that.
That's why. So we living in the world where those social media things.
I would put. As a matter of fact, I would put Russ after 4th and put Clay.
See, like you said, that is order. That indicates order right there.
Order.
That indicates order right there. All right, DraftKings can't get y'all no love.
That is solidified.
Hey, Blazer, make sure you cut that part out. We can't get DraftKings no love.
DraftKings, no,
not paying us.
DraftKings.
Not paying us. We get no love out there. Blazer, make sure you cut that part out.
Right.
But now, all right, order-wise, I feel like you can either go Steph or James 1. I go Steph 1, James 2. Steph 1, James 2, Russ 3. Who I'm missing? Kyrie 4th, Clay 5th. That's how I go.
If all 5 of those guys dropped off of the face of the earth today, if they all dropped off the face of the earth today, in 20 years, who are we going to remember and why?
Steph.
I'll give you Steph.
For 1. Steph for number 1.
Give you Steph.
Right. Who'd I have 2? James Harden?
Will you?
I think here's the thing about James Harden. I think with Russ is gonna be the triple dub. I mean, it's hard to, that's amazing. That's amazing shit. So I don't even want to take away from that. But James, I think his downfall is the fact that he's never won the title. So people really look past his individual talent because they feel like no matter what, they're gonna hold whatever year that was that the Rockets failed. What was that year he had CP3? They're gonna hold that over his head no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get back to that. Remind me about that after we finish talking about this.
All right, that's a fact. But they're gonna people are gonna hold it over his head. So I feel like he won't get the proper credit for what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think between those two, it's hard to ignore a triple dub, man. Like that's hard to ignore.
We don't respect it right now,
mm-hmm.
But in 20 years, people gonna remember. Damn, that nigga averaged a triple double for 5 years.
Fact.
God damn.
Facts. But will they? because people act like Oscar Robertson doing it was like nothing. And
I don't think they act like. I think what it was with the Big O was they thought it couldn't be done again.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it wasn't no big deal. I don't think it was just like, well, he did that. He didn't have the most team success, and like nobody in the time frame between him and Russ, nobody really came close to that. Them little few triple doubles that Magic had, people thought was legendary. Them little few triple doubles that LeBron and Larry Bird had, people thought was legendary. Nobody thought we could see it happen on a nightly basis. You know what I'm saying? And now it's to the point where it's mundane. You do it so much, it's regular now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in 20 years, when the record books are set up the way they are, you know what I'm saying? I think people will remember that. I don't think they'll remember too much of how dominant, even though James Harden, extremely dominant, like the second most uncheckable person on the planet right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't forget it, but I think mainstream media will kind of let it go. Like, Tracy McGrady is in the Hall of Fame, but he's not in the conversation.
And that's what I was saying yesterday, that with Russ is about his legion of fans, like DMX, like he's just so beloved for his energy, his aggression, and look how much energy it takes to get a triple double, let alone the average one for a season, let alone to keep doing that shit night in and night out like it's nothing, like it's just regular game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's almost just routine at this point. Like, all right, Russ got a triple double. Like, do you know how amazing that is for somebody to get a triple double?
And look what people. I hate the stat patterns because in order to record and assist, someone else has to do their job. But part of your job as an OG1 is to put them in the proper position to do their job. You can't stat pad that. You know what I'm saying? Especially playing with the Steven Adams of the world and the Andre Robersons of the world and the Oladipos and you can't stat pad a motherfucker making a basket. And that has to happen in order for you to record an assist.
Who do you think? All right, now I see your 5. I'm guessing you'll have Russ at 1 or 2 at the lowest. I figure you'll have Russ at 2 at the lowest.
Okay. Am I going to imagine that I'm Kevin Durant or am I going to be C?
No, just you. Just you. Yeah, just you. Like, what's your 5?
Russ.
Now, going back to if you were Kevin Durant, who do you think was his best teammate to play with, though? Like, not most talented, but who do you think is his best teammate to play with?
That's a setup to say Steph. Y'all think I hate Steph. I don't hate Steph. I love Steph. You know what I'm saying? I quoted Steph in a song years ago before he even took off. I love Steph. However, my thing with Steph is it's 38% Steph and 62% system. You know what I'm saying? So playing in that system, by all means, benefited Durant much more than playing in OKC and maybe even more than playing in Brooklyn. But that's the perfect system if you have the 3 best shooters ever. You know what I'm saying? Steph, Clay, and Durant. I would have to say Steph because Steph drives that particular system. You know what I'm saying? And without Steph doing what he was able to do, Durant wouldn't have 2 Finals MVPs.
What about play style wise? Because that's what I'm talking about. Like play style wise, do you think? Because forget like what team they're on. Like you can put them on any team. Whose play style do you think matches him better? Because like you can get the baddest chick, but she may not fit you as much as you know what I'm saying.
And in that case, the answer is Russ, because I'm not going to say either one of the Golden State guys because that's a system. And if you took either of them out of that system, like if it was Steph and KD and OKC, they wouldn't have been nearly as successful because Steph would have been needed to do more than what he's able to do in Golden State. Same thing with Clay. Even though Clay's a better defender than Steph, he still lacks a lot of the stuff that Russ and James brought to OKC. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot more responsibility on KD to do more if he's not in that Golden State system. If it's just KD and Clay on Brooklyn, you don't think Clay's a great teammate for KD. If it's just KD and Steph and OKC, you're not going to think Steph's a great teammate for KD.
The only thing I say about that is that the fact we've never seen these guys in other systems, pretty much, you know, that it's hard to argue against that. You know what I'm saying? Because we've never really. So the only thing you can say, well, if you put them, you can't really concretely say, you know, what will happen. So I hate like the hypothetical shit. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really hate a lot of that shit. So I'm not even gonna argue with you because we've seen him play with both. We've seen them play with those guys we've seen Clay and Steph only have really success in those systems.
Right.
So it's hard to say like, all right, you put now Brooklyn, I think is pretty much the same thing. I think Brooklyn is pretty much the same as
The only difference is the how. The only difference is the how, but the what is the same. This offense is being initiated with two guys at the top of the offense that demand the entire defense. So when the ball reaches the back layer of the offense, which is Durant's specialty, he's not seeing the same type of pressure as Stephen Clay, as James and Russ, even though he may be the better out of all of them. He may be the best player out of all of them. He's not seeing the pressure that they're seeing from the defense. And I think that it's him.
I think he's also in a situation now where he has a lot more help. And I think in OKC that bothered him not to have guys he could turn to, like other than Russ. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like any one of them was having a bad game, OKC was gonna lose. Like we already knew that. You can't turn to what's his name? Stefanos. You can't turn to
Can't turn
Baca.
to can't turn to Roberson.
Right, you can't turn to any of those guys. So in Golden State, you know, he can have a bad game. Steph can have a bad game. Clay will pick him up. Dre will pick up when he could. You know, both Dre's pick up when they could. They had guys off the bench. Brooklyn, they got a lot of guys. But I feel like Brooklyn actually fits worse than all of the teams he's been on. Like, I don't think they have – I don't mean fit. I mean chemistry-wise. I think they don't have great chemistry like those other teams. And I think they're trying to pack it all into one season. And that's why I always said, is I feel like the Lakers are just a better team than them. Brooklyn has a lot of talent, but I feel like LA is just – they just fit better as a unit. They just have to play as a unit. Now you can't play, you know, individually against a team like Brooklyn, but as a unit, you see the Lakers play D. First of all, they play D, so the games are probably going to be low scoring. Probably going to be low. Now we're talking about playoffs. We ain't talking about the regular season. We're talking about the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So
now, Hawk, I was with you last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, until I saw, I forget what game it was. It was a game they lost. It wasn't against my Lakers.
New York. Oh, you talking about Brooklyn?
Brooklyn. Who did they lose to? Either way it goes, they were down big. There was none of the big three. Kyrie was on the bench. KD and Harden weren't playing. But what I saw from Alizé, was it Alizé Johnson? Is that his last name? I can't think.
Yeah, that's the one he got signed to the contract.
Alizé Johnson and Claxton. What I saw from them two. And of course, Bruce Brown been balling, you know what I'm saying? But between Bruce Brown, Claxton, Alizé, and the Spanish guy.
Hey, Shamet went for 30 last night. Did you see that?
I saw that. And Shamet, but Shamet's a certified stud. Shamet's not a star yet, but Shamet's a certified stud.
But sometimes I hate him because I feel like he gets in the game and even when he's off, he's still jacking like he's a star. Like that's the only thing I hate about him. But he does shoot that thing. They got a lot of shooters. Like at one point, I know they had like 8 guys shooting over 40%. What you say?
So all of that willing and dealing they did, I don't know how they was able to keep him. And Dinwiddie. If Dinwiddie come back, bro.
That's crazy. People forget they still got Dinwiddie, yo. That's crazy.
You can say what you want about their stars. You can say what you want about their up top power. But they got some dogs.
Hey, but look, him and Kyrie in the locker room together. You know how many theories gonna be floating?
Right. They'll say, man, listen, they'll say anything. But I'm proud of King Kyrie. I can't stop saying the N-word just yet. I'm working on it, King. I know I failed you, but other than that, I salute everything he's doing this year.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? We played a couple of more games, you'd have my MVP vote. But I think KD was kind of spicing it up by putting him and James at the top of that list because they're his teammates now.
Yeah,
right. They're current teammates. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody really think Steph was not at the top of that list?
I don't think anybody in their right mind would say Steph is not.
Because in the finals, Steph averaged damn near triple. Steph was like 26, 8, and 7. You know what I'm saying? In the finals. And that was Steph's best finals to me. I think it was KD's first ring. I think that was Steph's best finals to me. Of course, he didn't get the finals MVP because KD got it.
I think that game one, that was game one, he went crazy. I think it was game one. He went crazy game one. Steph was in his bag. Ooh, that's when they played in Golden State game one. He had Bron on skates.
And y'all know I'm a Russ guy.
Yeah.
And I'm a Steph skepticist. I'm skeptical about Steph right now. But come on, man. Is Steph really not number one on that list?
I think the thing about Steph to you is again, like you said, the how. Because I don't think like night in and night out he can do it because physically he just, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say like right now to me it's just amazing what he's doing. Like he gotta be in the conversation, man. Like because at some point we can't keep saying sometimes the team record matters, sometimes it don't matter depending on who the guy is. I think this shit just shouldn't matter. Like he is becoming the guy. He's taking, especially in a year like this year with the MVP. There's really no guy that's the front runner. They were trying to give it to Braun. We saw that early. Then Embiid, they tried. They was really trying. Then Embiid came along, kind of snatched. Then he got hurt. Jokic, I don't think is a really strong candidate. I don't think he's pulled enough. Like me, just personally, I don't think he's pulled away enough to
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I think it's time to take it away from the writers some way. I think it's time to incorporate a different type of formula to where the writers have an input and coaches also have an input and even players have an input. I don't want to bring the fans into it. You know what I'm saying? But I think coaches and players should have at least a percentage of the vote instead of just the writers, because the writers have been clear over the past 2 years that they are now voting in favor of narratives instead of
absolutely
on the court output.
I mean, they clearly said before this year we will not vote for Kyrie. I'm like, how can you say?
Right.
And what you said about the media, I was just about to touch on this. Watch. The only thing it's going to take for Steph to really get a push is an article, like an ESPN article, like a really big article that's going to give him that push, and that's going to be it. I'm telling you. Like we know how the media works.
Especially if they make the play in and then they weasel their way into the top 8. If they do that and they give it to him, I'll complain a little bit, but I'm not going to be mad because this is a year where there is no clear-cut guy.
Nah, there's no clear-cut team.
But here's my kicker though. If we can give it to Steph, why can't we give it to Bradley Beal?
Bradley Beal ain't well.
Can't say that. He doesn't look as
that's why I just took. That's why
good. He didn't hit a left-handed with the foul, fading away 3-pointer.
Because they're fighting for the scoring lead right now, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Russ is the reason why Bradley Beal's not getting more.
Because attaching Russ to anything is toxic.
No, I just think because he's better than anything Golden State got.
Now, coming from a coach or a player, I'll buy that. But coming from the same writers that told me Russ was washed and trash and Houston won the trade.
Listen, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
Those are the guys voting, and those are the same guys that told me that.
Facts. You're
you
right.
Know what I'm saying?
But who are you gonna say on Golden State is better than Russ? I mean,
nobody. Top 2 is Washington, but 3 through 12 is all Golden State. Ruchi Uemura is not better than Oubre or Wiggins or Draymond or Wiseman. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even Looney. And Ruchi, am I saying it right? Rui.
I like him though. I like him.
I like him in college.
I like young guy. He's still young.
But he's not there yet.
No, not yet.
To be propelling those 2 guys to be their third guy. Look at the third guys in the league right now. Is he a Kuzma? As a matter of fact, Drummond. Is he a Drummond? You know what I'm saying? Is he he's definitely not a Kyrie. He's definitely not he's not a Oubre. He's not a Draymond. He's not I can't think of any, he's not a Michael Conley. He's a guy. You know what I'm saying? So Russ does help, but from 3 through 12, Washington is garbage can, receptacle, recycling bin,
all the juice, dump the juice.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Sewage, 3 through 12. That's what the back of their jersey should say. No offense, with all due respect, but come on, man. And then Scott Brooks is coaching.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that kind of sums up everything with the MVP race, though. KD's list kind of tells the MVP race in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? It's like my 2 guys, you could give it to them, but you don't want to. My other guy, you can give it to him. But some people, like me, don't want to. You won't give it to the guy in the East because of my other guy. You know what I'm saying? And then if you think about it, the 5th guy, Clay, if he had been healthy, maybe Steph would be the MVP right now.
Well, and there's also, I think, Russ fatigue and Giannis fatigue. I don't think those guys will do it again.
Definitely.
Giannis might get it one more time, but I don't think
Definitely.
I think there's fatigue from those guys.
Jokic would have to get hurt for Giannis to get it.
Mhm.
Jokic would have to get hurt tomorrow. For Giannis.
Giannis having a great season, and I also think, like I said last podcast, I think they hold the playoff against him. When you talk about an MVP, I think they really hold it against him, which is unfair. But it's the same with James. Like, I don't think he's going to get credit until he gets a ring. That's why, guys. See, that's the sad thing about what the NBA is that we, as fans and media, talk so much about guys that don't win. And who I think Dame Lillard said this. We talk about Charles Barkley like he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not an MVP guy, Hall of Fame and all that, just because he don't have a ring. So we put that emphasis so much on these players. That's what they play for. It's like, man, I got to get a ring. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's just like your parents telling you got to get married by a certain age. Like, you ain't even think about finding a good woman. You think about, man, I got to find a wife. I got to get married. I got to, you know what I'm saying? You putting pressure on yourself to get married instead of like, you know what I'm saying? Just find the best woman for you.
Right. So, and Hawk, man, I got a lot of different opinions about a whole lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the shit that I say is a little weird, you know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to voting for on the court out, I can't variate from that. I have to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because too much of what basketball fans think they know is all driven by guys who push papers and type keyboards. It's not decided by, and that's my beef with the NBA is how much faith they put into the media, how much the media drives everything. And I know doing that financially drives the league. It financially takes the league to another level. It puts the league in every home in America 3 nights a week. I'm happy for that. But Giannis Antetokounmpo hasn't lost a step. You know what I'm saying? Giannis Antetokounmpo, if he was the MVP last year, why is he not right now? And the only way I can buy that he's not is that he's in 3rd place now. So the only thing that I can actually buy is somebody who's better at a better position than him getting the award. So I would consider Embiid, just hasn't played enough games. I would consider one of the Brooklyn guys, but collectively they haven't really played, enough games. So it's a conundrum with this whole fatigue thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Is he not the best player in the league?
I mean, like I said, I think it's just fatigue. Like I think it's just fatigue. I think people just tired of him, like, I guess dominating the regular seasons. Like, let's see what he do in the final. Because I think the same thing, kind of did happen with LeBron, where they were just tired of giving him the MVP. They were just, it happens. It does happen. And you look for underdogs. It's like with Steph. I heard somebody was like, man, I hate Steph. But I remember a couple years ago, people love Steph. But now some people see him as arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So, like, now they're looking for the next underdog.
Look at 09. LeBron won it in 09. But Dwayne Wade took the Heat from last place to 5th place. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play in 08, and they were in last place. When he came back in 09, he brought them to 5th place. Like, to me, that's value. That's tangible value. Him being on the court put them in playoff position. Him not being on the court had them in the lottery, drafting Michael Beasley. You know what I'm saying? But they gave that one to LeBron. No big deal. He probably deserved it. You know what I'm saying? 2 years later, Rajon Rondo leads 3 Hall of Famers, you know what I'm saying, to, I think, 2nd place in the East. That should have had a little bit more consideration. But LeBron is in consideration every year. LeBron outperforms every year. So I'll give it to him. So the times he didn't get it when he may have deserved it, I can understand that too, because look who got it. Durant. He deserved it. Russ. He deserved it. Harden. He deserved it. It's not like we just gave it to Steve Nash. Oh, did I say that out loud? You know what I'm saying? Just for the heck of it. You know what I mean? There were groundbreaking things being done. What James Harden was doing scoring wise 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we hadn't seen since Kobe and Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's averaged 36 like that before? Kobe and Mike. You know what I'm saying? So I can see not giving it to LeBron one of those years. Giannis in 1st place, leading the league, not leading the league in scoring, but averaging 28, you know what I'm saying, double-digit rebounds, and being a lockdown defender in a league that don't play defense no more. I'll buy that. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sauce got into it earlier. He's got this thing about Steph. You know what I'm saying? And I guess Steph is like a superhero to niggas. I get that. But I don't do sliding scales. And the same thing you want to give Steph credit for, you want to take away from Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like he kept saying Steph gets a nod for having those 3 rings, but Giannis hasn't won one yet. So Giannis has had to play. His best help has been Chris Middleton, and Steph has had the luxury of 4 gold medalists. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And All NBA David Lee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can't say this is the one reason why you're giving Steph credit, the rings. Though without Steph, they could have 3 rings. Durant, Harrison Barnes, Claymon, you know what I'm saying? David Lee, they could have 3 rings without Steph. You know what I'm saying? So you can't judge Giannis and not judge Steph on the same scale. Like I don't do sliding scales. So I love Steph. Don't think that I'm hating him. But when we talk about the MVP, Giannis is winning with nothing. He's winning with Chris Middleton. 3 years in a row, he's doing numbers with Chris Middleton. And I love Chris Middleton. But he's not Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? And their third guy isn't Durant. Their third guy isn't Draymond. Their third guy, who's the third guy? Is it still Robin Lopez?
Drew Holiday. Come on, man.
Drew Holiday.
Uncle Drew. Disrespect Uncle Drew.
My fault, Drew. You know what I'm saying?
Drew.
But that's what I mean. It's a sliding scale with these narrative type voting. You know what I'm saying? But Steph is playing hard with nobody. What has Giannis been doing? You know what I'm saying? So I just don't do sliding scales.
All right, man. This I gotta get out of here. I told you I gotta shoot to the sports center, so I get out of here. Drop 30 tonight.
I love being partners with such an important person. I love it. I gotta go to the baseball today, and that's just not as exciting, right?
Bro. 1 hour game, adult league. That ain't too exciting, bro. I'm gonna go out here and get dragged. That ain't too exciting. I did want to shout out my boy Brian Dennis with Brims and Low. You know, hook me up.
Okay.
Hook me up with the shirt,
like
y'all boy. He said this a lot, y'all boys tough. So
facts. Did we shout out more the other day?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, okay.
They come out yet. So they'll come out in the next segment. So yeah, man. But nice segment, man. I know you had to touch on that, so I had to come on and shoot that with you.
Facts. Shout out Cupcake. Good shit, boy.
All right, bro.
100.